From the oil fields to the blockchain revolution, one man saw what others missed. Bitcoin Ben, an ex-truck driver turned Bitcoin pioneer, didn't just change his life. He's changing the game for everyone. This is the story of the Founders Group Worldwide, where private key capital meets American innovation. Watch your portfolio grow across real estate, resorts, mining, and energy. All Bitcoin aligned, all building wealth the new way. This isn't just investment. This is community. This is belonging. From exclusive club events to global networking, we're not just making money, we're making history. The old rich had their secrets. Now, it's your turn. Powered by Private Key Capital, Founders Group Venture Capital opens the door for everyone in the world. The revolution isn't coming. It's here. And it's time to choose your side. Join the new rich revolution. Call 941-391-3882. Visit foundersgroupworldwide.com. Your future starts now.
And we are, hang on one second.
There we go. Now I think I have the right sound here. Let me make sure real quick. All right, how is my sound? Can I get a 5x5 on this? Just want to make sure that my sound's working. Good. All right, let me know over in the chat, guys. Okay. Number one, and the most important thing, I was outside earlier and I saw a fucking snowflake. Yes, I'm not in Florida and I saw a damn snowflake. A while back, I promised myself that I would never see another snowflake ever in my life. And I don't mean the liberal snowflakes. They're everywhere. Unfortunately, there's snowflakes of that sort everywhere. But real, genuine, God-made snowflakes. Or who knows? Maybe these are the government-made snowflakes. You never know. There's some flakish type of material. That's not good. There's something about snow. The older I get, the more allergic to snow I am. I'm just saying. Is that just me, or is that you all too? I'm anti-snow. I'm anti-cold. Yeah, that's about it. Okay, welcome to the show, guys. Welcome to Friday. It is absolutely Friday, and I have no idea what the price of the Bitcoin is. If someone could put it over in the chat, I'd appreciate it. And what is the price of silver right now? Isn't it like $185,000 an ounce or something? I don't know. It's really everything you see right now is the results of the global economy represented kind of by the Titanic. We've hit a lot of icebergs along the way. And now the water is flowing in. Even the rich people are like, hang on a second. What the hell is this? What the hell is this? Inflation. And we have California, we have Illinois, we have we got everywhere. Massachusetts, Minnesota, New York is totally screwed. I don't even have to bring up New York. They're just we know they're screwed. We're just waiting for them to kind of let it sink in and accept their fate. It's we let me kind of jump off the topic real quick. Let me talk about silver real quick. I actually put out on X, and I asked a serious question to a friend of mine who is a silver guy, like total silver guy. And I said, hey, how can silver have a accurate cap or an accurate price and an accurate market cap if we don't know exactly how many ounces are in existence? And my friend wrote back and said, silver is priced off of flows, not total number of ounces available. And I said, wait, what? He's like, well, it's actually based on flows. So how much is in usage or preparation for usage? He said, we don't count the silver that was used in the past because we don't know if it's in the market. So let me get this right. 45 years ago, there was an ounce of silver that was pulled out of the ground. And then it was placed, I don't know, in something. It was used in whatever you use fucking silver for. Like a car, a computer, whatever. And as soon as it's used in that automobile or something like that, it's no longer measured in the total market cap of available silver. And he's like, no. I said, so using that process, maybe we in the crypto world, maybe we shouldn't count Satoshi's 1 million coins because we consider them lost, gone. And he said, no, Mark, now listen to this. He said, no, you guys use what is called an accurate market cap. All right, so what would that make your actual, if ours is accurate, that would make yours inaccurate. So what is the point of having a market cap that you know is inaccurate? So they can manipulate it. That's it. That's it. So, and the gold, same thing. Same exact flows, not available units. What? That's That's like claiming the number of children you have on your sperm count. There's potential for a lot of them, but only got a few, but I'm going to count all of them on my taxes. They're potential children. So then I did a little bit more looking around. Did you know that every commodity has a derivative of it, a futures of it? Did you know there's egg futures? Did you know there are roses futures? Roses futures. There's future. So there are derivatives of everything. So let me get this right. We have a real market, and then we have the derivatives market, which the derivatives are a representation of the physical. So they're imaginary. Yeah, that's a great point. Aren't future eggs called chickens? They could be. Unless they are aborted into an omelet. Just saying, I am pro-life chicken. Really, I'm pro-egg and I'm pro-chicken. So I'm just pro-protein. The more I thought of this, and with everything friggin' going on up in Washington, D.C., where like we have an argument in legislation over the Clarity Act. The banks are now listen to that. The banks warn that if crypto platforms are able to pay out a interest rate, if Coinbase can pay out interest rates that $6 to $7 to $14 trillion could leave the banking system and go into the DeFi system. So let me get this right. If the banks are worried about this, what does it mean? This is what it means, guys. It means they're worried that Coinbase and private key capital, but have no fear on private key capital and private key credit union. That's why we launched it in El Salvador, because I anticipated this kind of fuckery going on here in America. So this is the banks are saying, oh no. If we let these other platforms pay interest, that could cost us business. So let me rephrase that. If other platforms offer a better product than us, it could destroy the banks. Well, let's apply this to something else. I am a fan of chocolate ice cream. I love chocolate ice cream. By the way, every Dairy Queen in Georgia can kiss my ass. They don't offer chocolate ice cream. At Dairy Queen, Georgia, Dairy Queen, get your shit straight. I don't know what it is, but they don't offer chocolate in Georgia at Dairy Queen. That makes no sense. You're Dairy Queen. Every place else has it, not Georgia. Are they anti-chocolate? That I don't know. Let's break this down. What if, and hell, I'll just use Dairy Queen. What if Dairy Queen came out and said, nope, we should not allow anyone else to sell ice cream? Because if anyone else sells ice cream, then we may lose business. Well, Dairy Queen, it sounds like you got yourself a little competition there, son. This is the war of our generation. The banks know. The banks know there's a reason JP Morgan, BlackRock, all of these large corporations are getting involved with Bitcoin. There's a reason, because they know they're fucked. They have one leg on each side of the line. They're like, well, if the dollar goes to shit, let's hold a bunch of other people's Bitcoin. Then they got their foot on the dollar side, just in case something happens to Trump. Not saying that we pay for it, just saying. If something happened to Trump and the dollar was fine, they got their leg on that side too. What you really have to realize is that everyone knows we're in a revolution. All right. Elon Musk said, this is not my words, his, if all of the fraud was wiped out with the American government, the U.S. economy would collapse. Wait, what? So think about this, guys, and it makes sense. It makes sense. If you look at all the fraud, all right, Elon says at least half of the government budget is fraud, at least half. And how long has that been going on? Oh, forever, since the Federal Reserve was created. Got it. Okay. All right. If that's true, then what the hell? Because the whole system is actually based on money that is printable. Guys, do you really think, how is it that over in Afghanistan, in Iraq, in Iran, in Panama, in Switzerland, hell, I saw online there was I think it was a mob guy or a mafia guy. Remember, the mob is Jewish. The mafia is Italian. They're two different things. All right. They found a mob guy. All right. No, I'm sorry. A mafia guy. They found like $100 million in cash from the 70s in a house that this guy once owned. Let that sink in. $100 million from the 70s. That's back when $100 million meant something. We've lived in a corrupt nation for well over 100 years. And that's the old system that all of these fucking politicians are fighting for. Yeah, because it's all rigged. Because they know without war, well, there goes quite a few fucking companies. I mean, we have corporations that are reliant on going to war. Why do you think we sent all of our military equipment over to Ukraine? So we could buy more. The largest company in America is the government. The federal government is the largest company in America. That's just a fact. Think about this. The federal government, half of the people in America receive some check from the government, either as an employee or as a beneficiary of a benefit. Half the country. Did you know in 1840, there were about 1,000 federal employees all over America. 1,000. 1,000. And most of them were part-time. Most of them had regular jobs and then worked part-time for the federal government. And a lot of those were military-minded people. This is why America has crumbled. Because they have absorbed so much of our economic prosperity. See, through taxation and inflation and money printing, they have removed the value that Americans have created. They've removed it from the pockets of the American people into the pockets of the government. That's why the government has grown larger than the private sector. It's why every single politician's like, look at the jobs I created. The government creates jobs through regulation. Think about this. All right. Let's say that you work for the federal government and they're like, we need to produce jobs. They're like, okay, let's hire some people. All right. So they hire 1,000 people and they go out and they say, all right, you see that hole over there? Yep. I want you to go right next to that hole and I want you to dig another hole. And I want you to put the dirt from that hole into that hole. Okay, got it. So he goes over and he digs the hole, puts the dirt in the other hole. And then the government says, now, take the dirt that you put in that hole and put it back in the other hole. All right. And I guarantee the government will name this legislation the Wholesome Act. I guarantee it. They'd say, how do you vote against the Wholesome Act? Because we're going to fill some holes. This is the Wholesome Act. And what's funny, the reason you guys are laughing is because it's fucking true. If you vote for the Wholesome Act, I promise you, we will dig 1 million holes per year and fill up 1 million more holes. And that will raise, and they'll say this with a straight face, right? They'll say this with a straight face. And we will raise GDP, gross domestic product. Oh, I'm sorry, production. So taking the dirt from one hole, putting it into another hole, then taking that dirt and putting it back in the other hole is productive. We are going to produce the shit out of moving some dirt. This is the problem. The problem, just like Ronald Reagan said, the problem is the government. You know how we solve all of this? Get rid of the federal government. You keep the military. That's it. Everything else goes. Everything else goes. If you're Florida, if you're in North Carolina, you're South Carolina, you're Texas, you're California, you police your own borders. That's it. Or we put the military on the borders. We don't need a federal government. We're only electing people to write laws against us. See, this is why I don't give a flying shit about the Clarity Act. Because any act, guess what it's going to do? It's going to fucking act, which means they're going to write down a bunch of legislation. They're going to write down a bunch of words. And they're going to say, oh, we got a bunch of words here for you. We know the definition of these words, and we've actually kept it very vague. So we can apply these laws to really anything. We keep it very vague so we don't have to be specific. So you don't know if you're breaking the law. You're not quite sure if you're breaking the law. So you need to go hire a fucking attorney who works for the bar, not for you. You retain them. Well, what are you retaining them from? They're an officer of the court. They are not representing you. They're representing they play inside the system, the legal system. There's a reason it's called a system. And do you honestly believe that they would set up a system and allow people outside the system to be able to bring the system down? Because if you challenge a law and you win, guess what? That breaks the system. They don't want you to break the system. They want you to play inside their little system. It's why they hate Bitcoin. Trust me, if they controlled the Bitcoin, they would be pro fucking Bitcoin. You'd see Ed, you'd see fucking Pocahontas, you'd see all of the fucking progressives jumping all over this son of a bitch. Because it isn't about money. Remember what I've said. I've said this 1,000 times. If you print the money, you're not in it for the money. It's the power. It's the power. It's the system. It's the federal government is the equivalent of Dairy Queen. They don't want any competition, and you are not allowed to be capable of living outside their system. Because without us, their system doesn't work. And that's where we're getting to. That's what me and my team and our group have been working on, is to build a system where we just say, fuck you. And yes, they're going to fight us. Brian Armstrong, not as libertarian as I am, but he knows what we're at war. He knows. If we just pass a bill, just to get a bill passed, guess what we get? We get a Federal Reserve that's just holding Bitcoin. That's it. We get a government that no matter what, you're under their thumb. You are a free human. You are a free person. You are a sovereign person. You have to retain your freedom, your rights. If you don't, if you let them just walk on your rights, guess what your rights mean? Absolutely bullshit, nothing. You have to claim your rights. You have to claim your freedom. You have to just walk away. You just have to walk away. Because if you don't, they will continue to harass you. They will continue to punish you until you do what they want you to do. You have to do what they want you to do. That's why you were born. You were born to be their slave. Now accept your fucking destiny that they apply on you. Look at the world nowadays, guys. Look at all the bullshit that we have to put up. Look at all the shit we have to manage. Look at all the laws. You can't drive down the road without worrying, looking at your fucking, am I going too fast? Is it 36? Am I hitting 37? I mean, what the fuck, am I going to get arrested? Holy shit, do I have my proof of insurance? Holy fuck, do I got my license on me? Holy shit. Our grandfathers did not have to do this shit. Our great-grandfathers didn't have to put up with this bullshit. You know why? The country didn't change. The government did. The people didn't change. The government did. The regulations that you live under are fucking ridiculous. Regulations and laws and well, if you turn your head this way, you're breaking the law. But if you're in Illinois and you turn your head this way, you're breaking the law. And over here, if you do this, you're breaking the law. It's all just bullshit. It's all just absolute bullshit. All right, hang on one second. Word from the sponsor.
From the oil fields to the blockchain revolution, one man saw what others missed. Bitcoin Ben, an ex-truck driver turned Bitcoin pioneer, didn't just change his life. He's changing the game for everyone. This is the story of the Founders Group Worldwide, where private key capital meets American innovation. Watch your portfolio grow across real estate, resorts, mining, and energy. All Bitcoin aligned, all building wealth the new way. This isn't just investment. This is community. This is belonging. From exclusive club events to global networking, we're not just making money, we're making history. The old rich had their secrets. Now, it's your turn. Powered by Private Key Capital, Founders Group Venture Capital opens the door for everyone in the world. The revolution isn't coming. It's here. And it's time to choose your side. Join the new rich revolution. Call 941-391-3882. Visit foundersgroupworldwide.com. Your future starts now.
And we're back. There we go. I had a little whirly thing in front of me. See, guys, this is what we are fighting for. This is why we launched all of this last year during our in 2023 when the election was moving up. Oh, is it? Okay. Hang on one second.
There we go. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. Typical software. All right. This in 2023, during the election, it was rough, guys. You don't understand. I wish one of these days I may write a book. You wouldn't believe all of the shit that we had to go through. We had fucking checking accounts closed. We had payment processors closed. We had all of this shit closed because we're in cryptos. We had so many people that were so worried about where crypto was going that they left the fucking company. I don't blame them. Okay, whatever. Until Trump was elected. Remember, guys, they shot at him. They tried to kill him 3 times. I don't think people realize how serious of a thing this is. This is just like Elon says. Either you fucking fight back or you die. That's it. That's your choices. And I have decided to dedicate my life to make sure that we have a new system. Make sure that we create the new system. We have to. Because if we let Washington, D.C., J.P. Morgan, all these other old system motherfuckers who we all knows, guys, let this sink in. We just flipped over the nutrition pyramid, or whatever they call it, the food pyramid. All right, I trust RFK. That motherfucker's like 70 years old and he looks like he's 30. That dude knows health. That dude's been fighting the health battle for years. And he basically said, yeah, flip it over. Wait, if all he had to do was say, flip it over, which is basically what he did, then why was it the other way before? If he said, flip it over. Now, the best things for you are proteins and fats and meat. Why were they at the bottom of the old one? If this is now, if we know now that these are the best thing for us and these are the worst, why were the worst, right? Right? Why were the worst at the top? And we all know the answer. It isn't like we're all like, gee, I don't know. Why the hell would why would the worst thing be the most suggested thing? Why is it? That don't make no sense. And maybe when they did the report, maybe they did it backwards. No, they're trying to kill us. They're trying to kill us slowly and along the way make us sick. I said, I don't remember where I was, but this is what I said. And as soon as I said it, it made sense to everyone. A prescription is just a subscription to the medical industry. A prescription is just a subscription to the medical industrial complex. How many people are on a subscription of medicine? Where every day, every month, every this, every that, you have to take pills. Why? And what they're finding out now is, well, most of the reason is what we eat. Wait a second. What we eat. Right? Well, what about the FDA? Do you think the FDA really has been trying to figure out what's good and bad for us? Do you think they're really approving products? Or do you think, why is it that every head of the FDA, Food and Drug Administration, as soon as they leave the FDA, where do they go? They go to the healthcare sector, the insurance sector. Let me ask you this. How much of your money goes to something the government tells you have to buy? A lot. Taxes, insurance, health insurance. We recommend you join a gym. Okay, I gotta go get a gym membership. That's what I gotta do. And while you're at one of the biggest ripoffs in the world. Listen to this, all right? Did you know that Jiffy Lube no longer buys oil? Let this sink in. Have you ever wondered how the hell is this oil so cheap at fucking, well, not that it's fucking cheap anymore. How can I go and get in the old days, $29.95 oil change? Because they recycle the oil. The oil they drain out of your car, they recycle it and then reuse it. They aren't buying fresh oil. It's all just a scam, guys. Plus, 3,000 miles. They tell you, and this oil is good for 3,000 miles. Okay, all right. Have you ever drained oil at 3,000 miles? It looks a whole lot like, well, now mind you, they do, listen to this. They add an additive in. This is how crooked these motherfuckers are. they add an additive in that gradually turns the oil darker. Yeah, look it up. I ain't bullshitting you. Plus, guess what else changes the color of the oil? Take a wild guess. Ethanol. Ethanol. Because your cylinders, they pump a little pressure, right? Just look it up. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Why do you think we have HOAs? Yeah, so your nosy ass neighbor can fucking come home and go, your grass is 5/8 of an inch long, according to HOA rules. By the way, here's my badge from the HOA. Your grass is 3/4 of an inch too tall. I just want to come over and give you a warning. I don't like to send letters, you know. I'm here for the people. Everywhere we go, we're fucking controlled. Everywhere we go, we're fucking controlled. When I leave here and I get on the road, I gotta worry about, am I going to do I use my blanket? Am I doing this? Am I making sure that I got my seatbelt on? All right, my hat, right? All right. Am I wearing my glasses while I drive? Am I doing this? Am I doing that? Fiddle fuck, dude. We spend more of our lives worrying about doing shit other people want us to do than what we want to do with our lives. That's a fucking problem. Does anyone else feel that? Everyone listening right now, how many of you do what you want to do in your life? How many of you wake up in the morning with the list of shit you want to do on your mind? Or is it a list of someone else's fucking expectations of you? Oh, I got to go do this. I got to go do that. I got to go do that. And then at the end of the day, guess what you do to relax? You get a drink, you sit down, and you sit down by yourself, and you want to have a moment of fucking silence. You know why? Because the rest of your day is someone else's expectations being put on you. Do this, do that. Make sure you don't. I got to check the mail. I got to see what other people want me to do. I got my mail. I got my. How many people check their email with fucking glee, like grandma's gonna email you? None of us. We live in a world where everyone else's priorities, for some reason, we accept them as being more important than what we want. We don't live our lives. We live the lives other people think we should live. We wake up in the morning and go, oh man, I got to make sure I do this for that, that for this, and this for that, and that for this. How many people really give a fuck about their job? Not many. And I'll tell you why. Because it's their job and it's not their purpose. I want to free as many people as I possibly can out of this old system. And what am I doing? I'm trying to help other people build a new system. Well, Ben, what does that system look like? I don't know. We're building it. There is no blueprint for a decentralized, liberty-based economic system, including digital assets. Never been invented, never been applied. I'm and my teams are trying to apply it. We're trying to create a new system so everyone has some place they can move to. Is it easy? Fuck no, it ain't easy. I never thought it would be easy. In fact, I knew this would be the hardest thing I ever did in my life. Because you know why? Because it never ends. It isn't like I have this illusion in my head that someday I'm going to wake up and everyone's hugging the American flag and the whole world now just really believes in liberty and freedom, and we're all just hugging each other and singing kumbaya and drinking fucking margaritas. No. We have to wrestle. That's why I want to build a system. That's why fuck the vote. The only vote you truly have is where you hold your wealth. Hold it in Bitcoin. The only thing that saves you from the system is to create another system. And a lot of us are trying to do that. It's hard. We have local governments that hate us, and it's just because we have Bitcoin in our name. And as you grow and as you go, I'm working my ass off to help our team and move this system into a place where we can use it. That's why at the credit union, we set up our own internal system where we aren't reliant on anybody. We can wire money outside the SWIFT system. We can wire dollars outside the SWIFT system. Fuck off. And either we build a new system. Don't you guys see? There is no draining the swamp. It will always be a swamp. It will never be a hot tub. It will never be a swimming pool. It's a swamp system. The system is what filled the swamp. We keep looking at Washington, D.C. and like California and all these other, and we're like, man, if we could just take over the system. The system has an immune system for people like us. We're like, oh, no. You can't let him in here. He don't like the system. There's a system hater. The bureaucracy is the immune system of the system. The white blood cells are the NGOs, are the unions, and they're all paid, and the corporations, and the whole system is the immune system of the system. Because the money is their nutrients. It's what keeps the system running, is the money. It's why they have to keep printing money. Now we have President Trump yelling at the Federal Reserve, you need to lower interest rate. The Federal Reserve's like, fuck you, we're going to kill this economy. Do you think that anybody in the system gives a flying fuck about you? No. I guarantee there's no one in Washington, D. who's losing any sleep over you or me. We're just a social security number. We are just a fucking birth certificate linked with a labor obligation that we call a treasury bond. And they sell the treasury bond, which is our future productivity, into the market. See, this is what I've said, and I've said this for years. The Civil War didn't free anybody. It enslaved all of us. We are all just slaves. We are labor slaves. And we wonder why we get the COVID, then the COVID shot, and the next thing you know, a bunch of people who got the shot are dropping fucking dead. Oh, what's wrong? Oh, it's that long COVID. Yeah, that's called fucking dying. That's what long COVID. Let me put it, long COVID is slow dying. That's what long COVID is. Oh, he has that long fucking COVID. That's like saying, oh, that guy's got long cancer. Yeah, he has that long-lasting cancer. Yeah, that's the shit that fucking kills you. Long fucking COVID. And what amazes me is we have fucking stupid people who believe it. They're like, oh, yeah, you think COVID's bad, man, huh? Hope you don't get long fucking COVID. What? Does anybody remember? And if it wasn't so sad, I would have laughed my ass off. This was during COVID, and the shots that they were handing out was fries and a Coke if you order now. They were carrying out a guy on a stretcher who died right after he got the shot. The dude got the shot. He stood up, took about 4 steps to his left, and then he fell over dead. He was 31 years old. So they load him up on a stretcher. He's dead. They're rolling him out of the shot tent right past a bunch of people in line to get the shots. You all had to see that clip. It was, like I said, if it wasn't so sad, it'd be fucking hilarious, because all I pictured was a herd of fucking cows walking into a slaughterhouse and then wondering where Joey went. Hey, you want to see where Joey went? He just walked in that door over there. I don't know, but ooh, looks like they're barbecuing. Huh, wonder what's going on over there. We all know what's going on, but yet we pretend like, oh, well, sure is a shame that they poisoned as many people as they could with that shot. Sure, it's a shame. What? I mean, they're trying to kill us. Yeah. Sure, it's a shame. Yeah, I really wish our government wasn't trying to kill us. I mean, that's just, but what can you do? That's what governments do. Governments do what governments do. And we all walk around like, well, shit, all right, I got to head out. I got to pick up something for someone else. Oh, okay. All right. Well, try not to let the government kill you. Oh, okay. You too, buddy. This whole system, guys, you, you know what's crazy? We had, or we now, let this sink in when I say this. We have a higher death rate now than we did in 1956 per capita. Look it up. I'm not bullshitting you. Why? Because apparently back then we didn't have good enough health care. No. Yep. The system is your enemy. All right, I'm going to wrap this up here pretty quick. Think of one thing that you do that isn't linked with some government agency. One thing. Good luck. Everything is regulated. Everything is supervised. Everything is safety checked. One more thing. Sorry, guys. I once went to an excellent restaurant. Excellent. It had an A+ on the front door. The health regulatory agency gave it an A+. I was like, all right. Went there and got food poisoning. Now, can I go to the health agency and go, yeah, I got food poisoning. I'd like to sue you because I went there on your recommendation? Well, we're not responsible for that. Why is that? Because it's all bullshit. Here's the biggest one. The Better Business Bureau. You want to talk about an absolute fucking scam. The Better Business Bureau. You know that's a privately held company, right? That there isn't a Better Business Bureau or whatever they call it. Yeah, they don't work for the government. Fuck you. That's a private. They're all privately owned companies. You pay for the rating. Okay, everyone. Today's Friday, which means we have our owners call and our founders group call this afternoon. 1 o'clock our time. Oh, wait, no, wait. I'll figure it out. All right. So, and tomorrow we have our very first mining company call. So if you want information on the founders group, the mining company, and shares and all, if you just want information on how you can participate in this revolution, give us a call, 941-391-3882, or send us a text and sign up for our weekly calls. 941-392, 941-391-3882. Give us a call, send us a text, and jump on our weekly owners and investors call. All right. Love it, you guys. Everyone have a great day, and I will see all of you on Monday. Bye-bye. Remember, long COVID.
From the oil fields to the blockchain revolution, one man saw what others missed. Bitcoin Ben, an ex-truck driver turned Bitcoin pioneer, didn't just change his life. He's changing the game for everyone. This is the story of the Founders Group Worldwide, where private key capital meets American innovation. Watch your portfolio grow across real estate, resorts, mining, and energy. All Bitcoin aligned, all building wealth the new way. This isn't just investment. This is community. This is belonging. From exclusive club events to global networking, we're not just making money, we're making history. The old rich had their secrets. Now, it's your turn. Powered by Private Key Capital, Founders Group Venture Capital opens the door for everyone in the world. The revolution isn't coming. It's here. And it's time to choose your side. Join the new rich revolution. Call 941-391-3882. Visit foundersgroupworldwide.com. Your future starts now.